Hi, I'm Claude.
And I'm Jess.
We are corporate employees by day, entrepreneurs by night, and work besties for life.
Join us as we explore how work besties lift each other up, laugh through the chaos, and thrive together in every industry.
Work Besties!
Hello, everybody out in Work Bestie land.
Hi, everyone.
We are so excited
I was going to clap again.
as we continue our season of wellness. One of the very first things we thought of was coming up with ideas of pause in your day and how you can just bring back that moment of happiness and glow. And we immediately thought of one of our favorite episodes from season 1.
And one of our first guests.
And one of our first official guests with Fogle Grill. So we want to welcome you guys back.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
We're so excited to see you both again. We actually commented when we first started how the last time we did this, you two were together and we were in separate locations. This time around,
It's the opposite.
it's the opposite.
Yeah. A
So
lot
we-
has changed.
I know, I was going to say, I thought we could start off just going right into it and talk about the big change that you guys
And
had.
also maybe to remind our, or even the new people that listen to our podcast, to reintroduce Fogle and Grill a little bit.
The other half of Fogle Grill, we started out as work besties. We started filming TikToks during our lunch break, and we did it the first time, and we were just instantly addicted. Like, we felt so good after filming a video, moving our bodies, that we ended up just filming every day during our lunch break. And yeah, a little bit about me. I have 2 kids. I've been married for 14 years, and I've worked at the location I'm at now for 10 years.
So long. I miss that old place. I miss that old place so much.
We miss you. It's not the same without you.
Yeah. We worked together for 5.5
5 years.
years. Yeah, almost 5 years, a little over 5 years. And yeah, just like Fogle said, instantly, I kind of knew that she was on my same level as, like, she was like my kind of people. And I had lunch in her office all the time. And then one time she was like, let's just like do this little TikTok dance. I think that like you'd be the kind of person that would like actually do this with me. And then it just started from there. And we've been doing that ever since.
It's true.
And just for the audience on TikTok, what's your handle?
Fogle Grill.
Fogle Grill.
Yeah. On Instagram and TikTok. Yeah.
And
And
TikTok.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please look. It's really a feel good handle. It's fun.
That is true. So I think you kind of hit on it, Fogle, with the kickoff of it, how every time you would do a quick dance, you guys would get that little bit of like dopamine hit of high, like we're just happier.
Mm-hmm.
And I commented how why we originally reached out to you is because I was getting that same little bit of positivity when I would just watch your videos.
That makes
And
me
I
feel so
will-
good.
Yay! And I'll admit I would do it sometimes during the day too. If you just need a little like 5-minute
minutes.
pick me up, a 5-minute reset, Claude.
Yes.
So I totally think that you guys have created this amazing movement, which really aligns to kind of what we're positioning in our platform this year, which is around wellness and how that can really, just the 5 minutes or just a quick dance, whether you do it yourself or watch others, can really make your day seem a little bit more positive and fun. So I guess if you don't mind sharing with us, so you said you started doing it, but what actually caused you to start the dances? What was the thing that kind of pushed you from being just coworkers to coworkers who dance?
Well, it started off in 2020. I downloaded TikTok like the rest of the world just for entertainment. And I had always wanted to film a TikTok, but I was too afraid because I felt like I was too old and like, I don't know, I don't want to dance by myself. And so one day we were matching, and my
That's
husband also
right.
worked with us, and he saw Grill and was like, "You and my wife are matching today." And she was like, "I should go find her." And so for some reason, my first response was, "Let's go film a TikTok." And so we did, and we filmed one little video, and we walked away laughing. I think we laughed and were like so excited about it for probably 30 minutes. And we probably watched that video 100 times because we were like, "We're so funny."
This reminds me of something.
It sounds like us after we did our first podcast. We were like, we're hysterical. Everybody else should find us a start.
Everyone still love us. We
Yeah.
had 0 followers. We probably got like 5 views, but like we didn't care because we literally just felt how good it was to laugh and have that, like 5-minute little break at work. And then I think we just slowly started doing a video here, a video there, and then slowly got a following, and it just kind of turned into a whole thing, and we love it.
It was really fun that first time because we also realized that we both had a desire to perform because we have performance in our past, but this like dancing together and being silly just like scratched an itch that we both had. And then like planning and rehearsing. We used to rehearse for like, we would rehearse our dances for like a long time before we actually filmed it. Now we don't do that. We kind of just like do little ones here and there, and that's still continued to today. We both love being in front of the camera and performing. And I love it so much.
So before we get into the big news, I did want to ask, is there a favorite dance break or dance video that you both have done?
Oh, so many. Isn't a dance, but we both love Taylor Swift. Brill is like obsessed, but we did when she had her new album come out, and I pushed her in a chair down our hall, and she almost fell, but like somehow I caught her. And one of our bosses filmed the video for us. That one was just so fun because I don't know, it was like out of the norm.
It was very us, very us.
But it was very us. Yeah,
that isn't a typical one we've seen you do. So we'll have to let do a clip
send
to
it to us. Yes,
okay.
Send it to us.
But it was perfect. Like she was wearing a Taylor Swift shirt, and like I'm behind the chair, like pushing her with my head. Like you don't even see me.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good
that
one.
Was one of my favorite ones.
On the Eras tour, Taylor Swift is on this like moving stage thing. So like the stage, and then she goes like this, and then she goes like, and I leap from the gallows and I levitate down your street. And so we tried to recreate that by putting me on the office chair. And
channeling her.
Yes.
You had your official T Swift moment.
Yeah. I mean, and we had a good cameraman too. Fogle's boss filmed it, and he was like
yes, he was like zooming in.
Yeah, he was on.
It's true.
We have fans at work, which is very nice.
Yes, they're supportive.
You've got more than just a few.
More just not only at work.
All right, Grill, is that your favorite one too, or do you have a different one?
Yeah, that one's a really good one. I like the ones where we film like in the office. So we'll have ideas where like we have like our lunch break time where we do dances. And then sometimes like Fogle would text me and be like, come to my office right now. And I would walk over, and we had, you know which one actually? Yeah, the box one.
Yeah.
So Fogle got a really big shipment of binders, and it was just this huge box. And I walk in and I was like, I could fit in there.
No, I sent you a picture.
Oh yeah, she sent me a picture, and she's like,
"Can you fit in this?"
Yeah, can you fit in this? So I did. I sat in there, and then we called our executive in the office, and he sat down, and we were all about to like sing happy birthday it was someone's birthday.
It was my other boss's birthday, so we're like, we're gonna sing him. Yeah,
you need to come in here because we're gonna sing happy birthday. So he comes in, and I'm on the box, inside the box, right next to him, and I just like pop out.
Like the
looking out of the cake. Yeah.
He like levitated. He like jumped out of his seat. It was so funny.
Sure. It's like opening a Jack in the Box. You're like,
maybe some of our favorite videos are the non-dancing ones, the ones that we didn't really plan, the ones that kind of just happened.
Yeah, those were good.
That kind of makes sense though, because it's like breaking from the norm. Like you know, you're automatically going to have fun with the dancing ones and with the, like quiz ones, but these ones you probably didn't anticipate. That makes sense.
Totally, yeah.
I like the one also, the one with the quiz. You know, you have in the middle. Which one do you call it?
The song test.
The song test.
The song test. I like those too. Those are fun.
Yeah, those
we
are
have
fun.
a lot of fun with those.
Those get a lot of attention, which is really fun to see people being like, oh, I didn't know that song, or I can't believe that Grill didn't know this country song.
That's usually what it is. How do you not know that song? It's
yeah.
Song. So I think I've already admitted to this to you guys already. Like my daughter's obsessed with you too, and whenever we do those quizzes and she gets it and you don't, Grill, she's like, I knew Grill wouldn't get it.
That's adorable. I love that.
It's funny because
it's only me, so it's still cute, I promise.
Like 2 years, not anymore.
Oh my gosh. So the big elephant in the room, there's been some big changes since the last time we talked that are kind of fortuitous and alluding to the fact that you guys are in two different screens on this video right now.
We're in two different states.
Two different states.
So
what happened? Can you tell us?
Yes. So actually when we recorded the last episode with you guys last year, you asked a question. And you were like, so what would ever happen if you guys don't work together. And of course, we're like, we don't talk about that. But at that time, my husband and I were thinking about moving out of state, out of California.
I had no idea.
Yeah, and Fogle had no idea. I hadn't told her yet. I think I told you like a couple like weeks after that. But that was like, when you guys asked, I was like, I hope they don't see it like in my eyes.
We
have to splice that into here to see if we can
I know, that'd be funny.
And I was like, oh, that's never going to happen. Like, we'll at least always be in the same town. Like, not even on my radar.
Yeah. It was kind of not random because my husband and I had been planning this for kind of a long time. But shortly after we recorded the podcast, we decided to make it a real plan and start looking at other places to live. It's been a dream of ours to live in a major city like New York or Chicago and just kind of try something new. We've lived in the same town our whole lives, and we wanted to kind of get out and see what else is out there. And we are definitely getting that. It's been snowing all day in Chicago today.
That's right. You're going from sunny
some nice weather year round to you have up until about end of April before you're going to get back to normal.
I know. Yeah. But we wanted somewhere where it snowed, where it was cold, but we didn't want to have to like shovel the snow every day. So a city was perfect. And since we've been here, it's been amazing. We love Chicago. We love the city. We have a great apartment. I'm in my closet right now. The worst thing about this move has been leaving Fogle. But when I told her that I was thinking about moving out of state, immediately I was like, I don't want to quit Fogle Grill. I want to keep making content. And this is so typical us. We're like, we'll just find a way to figure it out. We're very good at like evolving and changing our content around whatever's happening in our lives. And I'm so thankful that Fogle even wanted to continue doing this with me too, because it brings me so much joy and us so much joy. So yeah, that's the story.
How many months ago did you move?
I moved in September of 2024.
Okay, that's already 3 months, 3 or 4 months
then.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know because I feel the content that you guys have been supplying, it was
like
we had, and maybe Fogle can touch on this a bit. We had a lot of time to prep.
So walk us through that. Fogle, tell us what happened.
Yes,
like, what was your reaction from when Grill shared
your side?
I went through every stage of grief. I was sad, and then I was angry, and then I was sad again, and then I was like so supportive. I mean, I was always supportive, but it was hard. It was so hard because like she was going on to something exciting, and I was just being left here. So that's how it felt. But I love her, and I wanted what she and her husband wanted to do to be successful. Once I went through all the stages of grief, I went into like business mode and was like, okay, like if we both want to still do this, like let's just add a bunch of content. We knew that like Halloween was coming, and we knew that Christmas was coming, and New Year's and Thanksgiving. And so at the very least, we wanted to have some content for those things. But we also wanted to tell our audience together, and we wanted them to know that a lot of these videos were drafts. We didn't want them to feel fooled or like, like, haha, you guys didn't know we were in the same town for 3 months or whatever. We just wanted to give not only Grill space to get a job in an apartment and not have to worry about making content, but also we wanted to figure out how are we going to do this logistically? How are we going to both be on the same screen? How are we going to still do song tests? Like, how are we going to do dances where we're dancing at the same time and hitting the mark each time? So, and once, I think like maybe 2 or 3 weeks into you moving, we kind of were like, all right, let's try it out. And at first, it was so weird. I would film videos in front of my family, which just felt weird because my kids were like trying to get in the background. I'm like, okay, here's the deal. This isn't one of those things where you can like be in the background. And it just felt like I was dancing to like a dead audience. It just felt very weird. But then I sent it to Grill, and then you stitched it, and she sent it back to me. And I was like, okay, I love this. It's I get that same excitement. She usually, when she films her side of the content, she'll send it to me. It's usually on Thursdays, and I'm at work, and I like stop what I'm doing, and I'm like, I watch it, and I laugh, and I smile, and then sometimes I get sad. Yeah. But I think we figured out a way to still make it work, and it's been super fun to tell our audience, and they've seemed to be very supportive.
I thought all of our followers would be like, well, they're not together anymore, so I'm ditching that. But a lot of people have been like, oh, that's great. Chicago's a great city. Love to see you guys still making content together. We love seeing you on screen together.
Yes. And I think like
I'm sure everybody, you know, I mean, we can talk to ourselves for ourselves too, but we all appreciate that you continue that and you made it work. And I have to say that I think it's pretty impressive that your videos, even though you're apart, you are dancing in the same beat, in the same, like you really like the same, which is not that easy to do.
No.
Yeah.
But
I actually, you guys tricked me because, like, obviously, being a content creator, we know now how to stitch videos together. I would say the last time we chatted, we probably didn't know that. But this, watching some of yours, I'm like, they're so in sync and in tune that I'm like, it doesn't feel like it's stitched. It feels like you guys are literally doing it together. So I'm like glad you brought that up because I was gonna ask. I'm like, maybe they somehow found a way to live stream it and you're using some type of.
I wish.
Maybe there is a way, but we have not figured it out yet.
And like we're on different time zones now, so it's so different. We're in different time zones, and you work different time that I work, and you know, I still have my kids' schedule and all those other things. So it's been working out really well. I feel like how we
it's really fun. I really enjoy because she films the videos by herself. And then she sends it to me, and then I watch it and I rehearse to her teaching it to me. And then I'll record my part. And then sometimes if I don't like do it right, I will like watch it again. And I'm like, oh no, Fogle would not accept that. Gotta do it again. So that's why it's like perfect, because I'm like, nope, she would be like, let's do it again.
You gotta get a Fogle approved stamp.
And I'm like, if she wouldn't like it, then I gotta do it again. Because sometimes like I'll get lazy. I'm like, it's close enough. And I'm like, nope, gotta be perfect.
Fogle, how has it been at work? Because, you know, for Grill, it's something that it's
exciting,
it's exciting and everything. But like you say at the beginning, so how has it been? Even people, you know, that must say, where's your, you know, your grill?
Where's your other
half? How has it been?
I would say, I mean, obviously it was really hard. The first few weeks were the worst because I was like, oh, I guess I have to actually eat on my lunch break.
Instead of just like eating your food like randomly while you're working.
Like shoving food down my throat so I can go dance. So I would say like I still think about it all the time, and there's certain touch points of like, oh, during this meeting we would normally hang out together or whatever. But luckily, like my husband works here too, so I have a lunch buddy. And
your husband.
Oh, him.
Oh, no.
Have you been the last 5 years?
First, I would go to meetings, and I'm like, I don't sit. Like I used to be at our spot, and so it's great. My husband's always like, you can sit with me.
Aww.
And like, you know, I'm really lucky that the people I work directly with are some of my really close friends. And so I told them, I'm like, you're gonna need to be like extra helpful with me, and like, you know, I'm still mourning. So I don't know, but we also still text each other throughout the day, and
we text a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so what's your new ritual? Because before it would have been the lunch break, right? Or like a break throughout the day. Now what's the new routine?
We usually talk on the phone Wednesday nights, and we kind of catch up from our week, and then we like talk about personal, like we each take a turn catching each other up, and then we'll talk about some like random stuff, and then we'll talk about content ideas. So it's like we do our like friend stuff and then like work stuff.
Yeah. Which one of the episodes we chatted about was one of my things that I'm so bad about is when we would meet to do our podcast, I'd go right into like, okay, did you finish this? Did you do that? She'd be like, can we just like chat? Like, let's see the beginning. She's like, can you tell me what your day was? I was like, fine, yeah. Anyway.
Is that now the gratitude? You have to also put the gratitude in the schedule.
Yeah, sometimes Fogle will be like, okay, so that's business. So yeah, how are you? Are you okay?
That's me. I will do that. I'm like, oh, I forgot to ask. Whatever happened to blah, blah, blah. So in addition to you guys kind of keeping the dancing alive, what else has changed in your relationship as you guys have now evolved from working and seeing each other every day to work besties who are long distance?
I feel like our relationship has like leveled up a little bit because we've like experienced, I don't know, I feel like we experienced something very difficult, like leaving each other. And at least for me, like to feel that support from Fogle, I just like etched her more into my heart because she didn't have to do that. Like she could have been like, all right, well, I guess that's like the end of a season or something. But she was like, no, like we're in it. And so that meant a lot to me. So I feel very like close to her now, which feels weird, like closer in a sense. And then also, since we talk on the phone once a week for like 30, 40 minutes, I feel like we sometimes have longer times to talk things through.
100%. Because before we would only get to talk in between videos or other things. And now it's like, oh, we get to only talk about our lives and what's going on.
Yeah.
It feels like you deepened the relationship then, because before you're like fitting it in here and there, versus now you're actually making the time for each other.
Because we don't have our lunch breaks that are the same. So we had our lunch breaks were kind of etched into our like weekly schedule. But especially when I first moved here, I didn't have a schedule because I didn't have a job yet. And then when I first got my job, I didn't know what my hours would be. I didn't know if I could like dip out on lunch to like go dance outside. Well, we had to like figure things out. And I don't know, the effort, I feel like, has meant a lot.
It takes effort. And I think the fact that we both want to make the effort is like, it makes us feel like, okay, we both want to do this. We both want to experience this together. And it's worth the effort, the extra effort.
It's almost great that Fogle is your anchor in a way, right? It like
100%, because I have no friends here.
Yeah,
we're both each other.
That's awesome. I feel like so your ritual process is just slightly changed, but it's still like you still have a ritual, if you will, which is I think a great example for those to listen to, as we talked about from the question before that we asked you, like, what do you think would happen when you do separate, no longer work in the same place? You're a great example of you can still maintain that strong bond. I mean, you guys kind of still do work together, but
yes, we do.
Yes. So maybe that's the other answer is find a project you can work on with your work besties. You always work together, but also you've now created that additional ritual of every Wednesday connecting and reminding each other of your friendship.
That's great. That's beautiful.
But I got ice squad today. That's great, guys.
It's been a long day.
I know.
Long week.
All right. So I think this is showcase how you guys have evolved so much from when we chatted with you a year ago. So what's new? What's going to be next for you two?
Well, we're to kind of bob and weave everything going on with TikTok right now because there's a chance of it being banned. And so we actually had a quick little business meeting before this, just trying to figure out like what are our options? What do we want to do? Like, do we want to try other platforms? I think we're kind of in just like we're exploring. We really hope TikTok doesn't go away, but we also want to prepare in case that it does. And so we're just kind of in an exploring zone and figuring out what do we want to do next. We do have Instagram, which has been fun to watch that kind of slowly take off. And so I don't know, I guess just that.
I feel like we definitely keep dancing as much as possible.
Yes. Dancing,
song tests. I feel like as long as we're like doing something together, we're very happy.
It's true.
And that's remained the same throughout like the very beginning with that first video that we did, where we were like, this is so funny. This is so much fun. And we always said that when it stops being fun, we don't want to do it anymore. Yeah. And so that's like our driving mission is it has to be fun and exciting and make us laugh. And all of our content does that. Like we text screenshots of our content sometimes and we're like, oh my word, this is hilarious.
Maybe no one else thinks it is, but
we think it is.
We see the wellness also where you need to laugh. You need to release this. What is it? Dopamine? Dopamine? But it's true.
Blooper alert.
What else? Shocker. But, so it's so important. And that is where, you need those break, like we said before, those 5 minutes, those 5 seconds, and just enjoy it. So I think that you bring that to the people, which is, is beautiful.
Because not everybody's going to have that work bestie that they can go do the 5-minute dance with. So it's great that you're giving them that avenue to find it themselves.
Yeah. And grill. So you just say you have a position now, a job now. Any of your co-worker found out about Fogle and Grill?
Actually, yes. My boss mentioned our account when I was being interviewed because part of the position is to run social media for it's a chiropractor's office. And so he was like, I think that you definitely would be good at running our social media because your guys' content is so good. And I was like, that means
he watched it.
So you have to have a strong back to be able to do all those dance moves. So you're
exactly. So I think he's the only one who knows about it. There's 4 people in the office, 2 chiropractors, 2 massage therapists, and they're all extremely nice, but I don't think they're all super active on social media. So they're not really looking for it. I'd be curious if they ever ask.
Maybe they're secretly watching it every day.
And that's true. That's true.
Fogle, what has been, the reaction of the people in the office that now it's like, in 2 different frames?
Everyone has been super supportive. They're like, we're so glad you guys are still making content. My favorite thing was when someone asked, like, oh, when is Grill moving? Because they knew she was moving. I was like, oh, she moved like a month ago. They're like, no way. And then someone else was like, are you guys green screening your content? How are you doing? Like, everyone has been super supportive. And my bosses ask about it on a regular basis. Like, how's everything going? Are you guys still making videos? Do you guys still talk? And so, yeah, I would say it's just very supportive, and everyone seems to be really excited that we're still making content.
Yeah. When I made the announcement at work, which was a couple months, I think 2 months before I actually moved, people would like stop us and be like, so what are you guys going to do? They were like stressed for us.
Yeah.
And at that point,
they're like thinking about that for you.
Yeah. Because they were like, well, what are you gonna like? What happened to Fogle Grill? And at that point, I was like, I'm not dying.
It felt like it.
Yeah.
Or like
But
you
it's
would
nice.
tell people that you were gonna move, and they'd be like, hey, have you told Fogle?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the other one. They'd be like, does Fogle know? And I'm like,
duh.
the person I told.
First one.
Yeah.
I was top 5, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like, so in addition to you guys being able to figure out ways with the stitching, something you did recently, and I'm not sure if you're planning on doing it again, is you did a live stream, which definitely keeps the consistency of you both being together alive.
Yes.
Is that something you think you'll do more of, or what's?
We want to. It's just been crazy with the holidays, so it's been mostly my fault. I feel like we haven't had like a normal routine, so I think we talked about like maybe every Wednesday going live and just
and doing our catch up on live. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Like do a quick catch up reel and then go on live.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a really great idea,
and it's fun because people ask us questions, and it's fun to hear what people want to know. And we're open books, so we're like, we'll answer. We always say we'll answer almost anything.
Yeah, we snuck on and we participated. I don't think I asked any questions.
I didn't ask questions,
but we were lurky-loos while paying attention. It was I thought it was really fun. It was like almost felt like we were having a conversation with you like this. So it feels really organic. I feel like it's perfect for you too.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
That's encouraging to hear.
Yeah,
and I think that's it. When you say organic, authentic, it's because even though you're in 2 screen, you can still see that connection that you have together. And I think that's, again, it goes back to, work besties, which now are like besties, right? So it's really beautiful to see that it's not forced. So people really love that.
It's really encouraging.
Yeah.
We had a moment when we were filming back when we were together. It was probably like a year ago, because we had always said that we were work besties. And I remember we were like, I feel like we're real besties. And it's true. Like, yeah, we were work besties because we met at work, but that morphed into like a real true friendship that went beyond work, which was like a blessing in disguise, because obviously we weren't going to be work buddies forever.
Yeah, I remember that conversation. We were talking about hashtags, because we always hashtag work besties, lunch break, and then dance. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I feel like we should add another hashtag that just says besties.
Yeah. Yep. It's true.
Hashtag not work besties anymore, but bestie.
Yeah.
Work besties turned long distance besties.
Yeah.
So one thing we did with you guys that we stopped doing was our rapid fire questions.
Oh yeah.
I remember those. Those were so fun.
We stopped it, but you guys were the only ones who hit it on the mark.
Oh yeah. And that also understood the assignment.
Yeah. So this time it's just a couple quick questions, and this time you guys can answer collectively or just one of you based off of it. You guys ready?
Yeah, I think so.
It's not a challenge this time, girl. I know last time you were very excited.
Yeah. I went a little hard.
Okay, what is your favorite long distance bestie hack?
You have to text like every day, if not every day, every other day.
And at least like you can still send like random thoughts. Like I'll send her random
You send me random song lyrics. No context. She'll just be like, lyric. And I'm just like, love that.
Yeah. So, like pretending like they're still down the hall, like just texting random thoughts. Or like if there's a day where I'm like, oh my gosh, I miss girls so much, I'll just text her like, hey, I love you so much. I miss you. Hope you're having a good day.
Yeah. And texting each other, like if you get new clothes, which I've been a little slacking on. This is new.
I know. I was like, excuse me.
Yeah. So when you get new clothes, send a picture of like what you get. Cause I used to, every time I got a new outfit at work, I would be like, what do you think? Cause she would be the first person to see my new outfit. Cause I would wear it cause she saw my clothes every day. She saw all my entire wardrobe.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my God.
I don't think you want me to do that.
Minute, I will get a text. Oh, look at my clothes. Look at my clothes.
Sales that happened after the holidays, I like stocked up. Like you came over and you're like, how many boxes did you get? I'm like, just a few.
You got to.
So maybe something else doesn't have to be clothes.
Yeah, well, it depends on something else.
We find
maybe it's just like for us on just like anytime I get like a new hat, because that's very
I went to her place when it was this weekend, and you know the doorman say, "Oh, you have 6 boxes."
Dang.
And that was after I'd already picked up a couple. Anyway, next question.
Moving right along.
The funniest FaceTime moment or funniest element that you guys have had since you have been in different places?
Ooh, funniest.
That's kind of hard.
I know.
Oh, I don't know if this was funny. Maybe it was kind of funny. Remember when I tried to call you and I was like on the train, and then I was like, we had planned our Wednesday talk we had planned, and I was like, I'm gonna call you right now because I'm walking home, and then I had to get on the train, and then the train was like super loud. And then I got off the train. I was like, okay. Then we talked for 1 second. And then she was like, actually, I have to go. I don't know if that's funny. I don't know. Maybe that was just me. That was funny.
No, it was like, well, we tried.
You tried.
Yeah. That was like the second week, I think. And I was like, we have to make this work.
Oh, no. We did.
Like we said before, it must be hard also because you are in a different time zone. You know, it must make it also more difficult.
Okay, yeah. You're not suited to the quick answer. Girl.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
See that? Yes. Yes. Yes, buff. All right. Your go-to pick me up when one of you is feeling down.
For
maybe taking the lead.
Yeah. Like for each other.
Yeah. Remember when I've been down?
Yeah. Well, I'll just we text each other. Like we kind of made it a rule. Like this kind of happened like 2 weeks ago. One of us was having a bad day and almost just. Because like we don't just call each other, like everything's very planned, you know. And we had just established that like if you're thinking about the other person or you are having a bad day, just call.
Yeah.
Like don't plan, don't like, you know, hey, can I call right now, or when's a good time? Just pick up the phone and call. And we kind of just know like I gotta answer, I gotta pick this up.
Yeah.
And we just agreed that like like the next time we feel like that, we're just gonna call each other and check in and see how the other person's doing.
To digress, sorry about that.
But yes.
You know, can I? You know, there's those, I don't know what you call, but those lights that each other, like you would have one light and you have one light, and when you think of each other,
you tap on it.
And it lets the other one. You should have that.
They would just be on all the time, I feel like.
I know.
But I think you could change the color so you could like
a mood ring?
Yeah, you could be like, now all of a sudden it's like red because I miss you, or blue because I'm having a calming moment, something like that. That's cute.
And I still miss you.
I'll allow that.
Thank you.
You should definitely look
Add
into
to
that.
cart. It'll be
giving you homework now. All right. This is our last rapid fire. Your favorite work bestie or real life bestie memory from this past year. So not 2024.
Okay. We had our like last hurrah. We had decided, because like we never really went out of the office much. Everything we did was usually in the office. And so we decided that we wanted to go out and just have a good time, get dinner together, get dressed up and film some content. But the main reason we wanted to go out was just kind of like, I think you were going to move in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But just to like go out and have fun and to celebrate like, hey, like we have an account that's been growing really steadily for the last couple of years. Like we've never really taken time to celebrate that, and we didn't want it to be like a goodbye. It kind of was like our last hurrah, but also just to celebrate like all that we had accomplished in these last few years. And we had a blast. Like
that was the best night. Yeah.
And telling my husband like, oh my gosh, it was so fun. We went here and we did this, and so that was probably a highlight, even though it was kind of sad. It was still really fun.
Yeah. When did we
And
see
Grace, do you have the same?
Yeah, I was gonna say that one. When did we see the Eras Tour movie? Was that 2023?
Yeah,
Did we talk about that on the last podcast?
You did. You
Yeah.
talked about the movie, yes.
Yeah.
At the last one.
Yeah, that's still like, I feel like top
Where
moment.
you were dancing in the movie theater, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yes.
Singing.
That was like end of 2023. I don't know. That was just like so, because it was like one
somewhat within it.
There was like no one in the theater, except for these like girls behind us that were like probably laughing at us, but I didn't really care about that.
Who cares? They were jealous.
Or they were filming it because they're like, oh, it's Fogle Grill.
Yeah.
Or they were filming us and making fun of us. One of those was true.
That's all right.
Yeah. I agree with that.
So the last thing, it kind of lends into what you guys were just talking about, and Claude gave a little bit of a call out to it. So my wellness ritual for this year is something called the gratitude swap, where we each say something. You're supposed to do it each week, and I thought we would do it with you two, because we kicked off by saying you two are one of our first guests that we interviewed. I think one of the first content creators that I reached out to on the side.
Like we had major crush, and we're like, oh my God, we are with celebrities right now.
And we still feel that way. One of my favorite things about doing this podcast was getting to meet people like you two. And there are a couple individuals that we interviewed this past year that we feel like a kismet connection to. And I feel like if I don't see you guys on Instagram or TikTok each week, that like something is missing in my life. So I just want to say you guys are putting such happiness and positivity out in the world.
And so happy you'll keep on doing it.
Please keep on doing it. I love that you found a solution. And I just love everything you guys are doing. You guys are so amazing, and we adore you, and we look forward to continuing to watch you guys rise to your future successes.
Thank you. That means so much.
Seriously, so encouraging. Thank you.
Yay. With that, one more time, tell everybody where they can follow you.
TikTok, Fogle Grill, Instagram, Fogle Grill. I feel like, are we
soon to be on YouTube, because we're going to put our episode on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you guys will be there.
Yeah. I think we're also on Threads too.
So we look forward to everything else that you guys have coming up. One last thing we just want to say to our Work Bestie community out there, as we commented in the very beginning, the reason we wanted Fogle Grill on is their little bit of positivity and dance and song choice that they put out there, even Multitude every day, right? Like, I feel like I get to see so much fun stuff from you all. If you're not following them, follow them. I'm telling you, this is a perfect wellness routine for you all. So our call to attention to you is follow them and think about that 5 minutes of positivity that you yourself can put out into the world, because it will come back to you
10 times.
So with that,
all right.
Like and follow us, and we so appreciate talking with you too. We'll chat soon.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. Bye. Remember, whether you're swapping snacks in the break room, rescuing each other from endless meetings, or just sending that perfectly timed meme, having a work bestie is like having your own personal hype squad.
So keep lifting each other up, laughing through the chaos, and of course, thriving. Until next time, stay positive, stay productive, and don't forget to keep supporting each other.